And he was like, come on, I already told everybody that, you're going to do it. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing it. So he was like, look, he pulled me to the side. He said, man, I went and started my own gang. And if you don't do it, we're going to jump you after school. And I looked at him. I couldn't believe my man was saying this, but I said, yo, man, you do what you feel you got to do, but I ain't with it and I ain't doing it. Because, I stand up for myself. Ain't nobody going to back me in the corner and make me do anything I don't want to do. So he's like, all right, bet. So I ain't think nothing of it, really. The whole day went by. At the end of the school day, whatever time it was, 3 o'clock or whatever, we got out of school, I wasn't really paying attention to my surroundings. And this is why it's important. Always pay attention to your surroundings. Welcome to another episode of LB Tales from the Hood. And this episode is called Caught Slippin'. If you don't already know, I go by LB, and these are stories from my past that I feel that people can learn from. They're entertaining, they're educating, so let's get right to it. This story happened around the late 80s when I attended this school in Queens, New York called IS 59. I was in the 6th grade at the time, and it was rough. You're in junior high, you're trying to make your way around a new school, especially a school like this. They call it Gladiator School, School of Hard Knocks. All the future criminals of America attended there. So it was pretty rough and crazy. So I had a friend of mine, that I had known for quite some time. There was something that happened. I'm not going to get into exactly what it was, but something that I did years ago. And it was pretty entertaining to people. So he ran around the school telling people like, yo, I'm going to get my man. He's going to do this. So when he had got back to me and said, yo, these people, he had a little audience. He was like, go do what you did years ago, whatever, give him a demonstration. I was like, nah, I don't do that no more. I ain't with it. And he was like, come on, I already told everybody that, you're going to do it. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing it. So he was like, look, he pulled me to the side. He said, man, I went and started my own gang. And if you don't do it, we're going to jump you after school. And I looked at him. I couldn't believe my man was saying this, but I said, yo, man, you do what you feel you got to do, but I ain't with it and I ain't doing it. Because, I stand up for myself. Ain't nobody going to back me in the corner and make me do anything I don't want to do. So he's like, all right, bet. So I ain't think nothing of it, really. The whole day went by. At the end of the school day, whatever time it was, 3 o'clock or whatever, we got out of school, I wasn't really paying attention to my surroundings. And this is why it's important. Always pay attention to your surroundings. Because this is how you get caught slipping. So I'm heading towards the exit door of the building to leave. And I didn't notice that, the guy, my friend, he, so-called friend we should say, but anyway, he was looking out, and it was like 2 or 3 other people that I heard was supposedly in this gang of his that was, on the lookout. But I'm just, thinking about exiting the school building, making my way to the city bus, whatever have you. So I'm on the way out the door, and then the guy is standing behind the door, and it's like a big, heavy metal steel door. So he takes the door and hit me, pop. So next thing you know, the door hits me in the face. So I'm disoriented. I'm stumbling out the building, and I fall over. As I fall over, my mouth hits the edge of the steps, the concrete steps. It's like, and as it go down, you can hear the crack, the splitting noise. And this, like I had told in the previous episode, I think it was episode 1, I was going to tell the story how I got my tooth chipped. This is how this tooth got chipped. So it was rough. Blood was everywhere. Blood was all over the steps. My mouth was just crazy. I was in crazy pain for the moment. So I basically I went back into the school and went to the nurse and said, yo, I had tripped outside, whatever, fell, hit my tooth. They, I don't remember what they did. Maybe had me rinse my mouth out. They had to, I don't think I took the city bus home that day. I think I waited in the nurse's office. Oh, I'm mistaken. You have to realize this is well over 30 years ago, so I'm trying to go by memory, but I think they had me wait there. My mother ended up having to maybe leave work early, whatever the case was, come pick me up and take me to the dentist. So the dentist, of course, patched me up. They had to bond my tooth. And actually that bond lasted for well over 20 years. Eventually the bond cracked. I went to another dentist to get it repaired. Whatever, it cracked again. So far I haven't got it done. They tried to tell me I could put a veneer. But look, that's neither here nor there. Back to the story. My mom was like, oh my God, what happened? So, I'm not one to just sit around and point out fingers. Oh, it was such and such and this and that. And they did this. So I was like, yo, fell, cracked my tooth, whatever's clever, Trevor. So she's like, all right. So the next day when I went to school, I seen, the guy came up with, that basically hit me at the door. He was like, yo, he actually apologized. He was like, yo, my bad, man. I didn't know you was going to get hurt like that or whatever. I had to save face. I told everybody that you was going to, do what I said, and, I was looking kind of crazy. So that's why he did it. And I was like, look, man, it is what it is. Because at that point, what we going to do, man? Yeah, some people say, oh, you should get back, get your get back. Look, man, I believe in forgiveness. And besides that, no harm, no foul. It was the next day. I had enough time to get over it. My tooth was patched up by then. Look, I've been through all types of pain in my life. I've been jumped, beat unconscious, hurt myself way worse than anybody's ever hurt me. Except that first beat when I was beaten unconscious when I was younger. But, I chose forgiveness instead. I said, look, man, cool. It is what it is. Let's leave it in the past. Let's leave it alone. Because, if I had actually came to and didn't split my tooth and all that, we would have been out there fighting it out. Whether it was me versus 3 versus 4, it don't matter. It don't matter. Because I found in life, when it make no sense being scared when it's on. Like, when I had got jumped when I was younger, yeah, I was scared. All these guys came at me. They were bigger. They were older. They just started stomping and beating on me. But they did what they wanted to do to me. So whether you fight back or not, either way it's going to happen. So you always stand up for yourself. So I don't care if it's one person. I don't care if it's 30 people. No matter what, I'm going to stand up for myself. But when they had caught me slipping with that door, it caught me completely off guard. I was disoriented. Mouth just bleeding everywhere. So, basically, it was it. It was squash. He said, you cool with us. We ain't got no beef with you. You ain't got no beef with us. And that was that. And you know what's funny? I think being that, I didn't run around telling on people and I stood up for myself. I was actually got some respect and a little clout off of that because it's like, all right, he took his lick. He didn't run around snitching on people. It is what it is. And I believe that actually maybe saved me from a further situation. It's another future episode coming up called Freshman Day, but I will leave that to then. This ends the story. So moral of the story, always pay attention to your surroundings. And never be afraid to stand up for yourself. Always stand up for yourself. Even when the odds are against you, stand tall. Do what you got to do. Handle your business. Pay attention to your surroundings so you can be able to, respond right then or whatever and handle yours. And maybe this won't happen to you. Hopefully it don't. And this concludes this episode of LB Tales from the Hood. And you know what it is? Just chill till the next episode. Peace.